Hello everyone, it's IcyNewYear, and I'm here with some Better Than Wolves. I'm going to be starting a series, and I tried this a bit ago and just kind of stopped, where we talk about, how to get into Better Than Wolves. This one I'm going to go through with because I'm not going to load up this first video until we have, I don't know, 3 or 4 of them ready to go. So, on the first episode, we're going to be talking about your first day and night. So, like most Minecraft, on your first day, you're going to want to get some wood. In this case, specifically 13 wood. So, you guys probably don't need to see this, so I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through. But I am actually going to collect the wood real time so that, you guys can see about how much time we're going to have left if we do this efficiently. Cool. So, here goes the fast forward time. And there we go, 13 wood. Now, while I was digging, I noticed I had exposed stone over here, so I stopped at 13. If you don't know where any exposed stone is, it can be advantageous to get 15 and make a stone shovel. But with exposed stone, we're going to make life easy. We're going to make 2 wooden picks, and we're going to grab ourselves 2 bits of stone. As I said, if you don't have any exposed stone right near you, grabbing 2 more wood to make a shovel can really help you find some. So, our last plank is going to be turned into shafts, which are then turned into an axe. So, with our stone axe, we're going to want to gather some more wood. In this case, though, we'll actually get logs, and crafting the logs with the shovel will give us 2 wood apiece instead of 1 wood apiece. So, yeah, that's really nice. So we want to get a decent bit of wood, but we also want to kill any animals we see. A note on this, you probably don't want to go after cows. They will kick your ass. Another note on cows is cows will get feisty when they're aggravated. You'll see them running around kicking their back feet out. If they're in that state, leave them alone. Don't go near them. It's going to get you in trouble. Now, this doesn't only happen when you attack them. If you attack other animals near them, it can spook them, and yeah. So just be aware when you're out there chopping up your other animals. You got to keep an eye out for the cows. So, at 18 wood, I don't know, more or less, just get a good chunk of wood. And then I would spend a little bit of time hunting. Basically, any animals, with the possible exception of cows that you don't kill, are probably going to die on their first night. Something to be aware of, though, is you don't want to jump too much. Don't be too, don't be too obsessive about, oh, only walk straight. But just kind of don't jump unnecessarily. Like, I'm jumping here to travel, but I'm probably not going to go up and try to get that sheep. I will go down and try to get this sheep and pig. Jumping is going to use a lot of hunger. In Better Than Wolves, if you look at my hunger bar, when I jump or when I swing, you'll notice that it actually wiggles my hunger bar. It gives you really good feedback on, exactly how much hunger you're using. So you can see that jumping here is eating through my hunger a good bit. Now, I almost screwed up here. You'll notice that my axe has almost no durability left. And yeah, I screwed up. So you want to make sure you don't use all of your axe on hunting, because you have to craft it to chop up some wood. But I messed up, so I am down to just 2 oak planks, which is not enough to make the picks I need. So I'm probably going to have to spend some more time punching, which is, it's fine. I'll show that you can still make a few mistakes in your first day and still be able to survive. So let's just get back to punching, and I will be back. There we go. So that's enough to remake my picks. As you can see, I screwed up, and we still have a little bit of day left. Normally, you wouldn't have to do the second step again. Oops. We're going to make ourselves 2 more picks. And grab 2 more bits of stone. Now, we do have the advantage here of having a nice little pre-built partial shelter. So what we're going to do is very quickly get a shovel. If you don't have a partial shelter, you can easily make one, and it's not really that hard. Just dig a hole in a wall. I mean, it's that simple. Put a curve in it. There we go. We got a nice chunk of wood. And we're going to go ahead and immediately make ourselves a wooden shovel, which is a super important tool. Because without that, dirt takes forever to dig, and you get piles, which don't help us secure our base at all. So we're going to dig up a bunch of dirt here. You know what? Let's just jump straight to 2, 3. Getting our first bit of... There we go. Now get out of there. We're going to get our first pick real quick. We still have time. Dink. Dink. But normally what you do is if you're going to be, building a base out of what you're digging... Oh, I hear silverfish. You hear those? You'd want to dig into a wall. We'll go ahead and do that, actually. So we're just going to dig into the wall here. Just a little bit. And then from here, we're going to turn. That way, if there's a skeleton at our front door, we're still safe. Boom. So we could put a block there and still be safe with a minimum there. Okay, so what we're going to do... Shovels are incredibly important and often overlooked. So we are running out of time. If you don't screw up and use up all your axe killing animals like I did, you'll definitely have a little bit more time. You won't cut it quite as close, but we should still be fine here. We're just going to close this off, keeping in mind that we want to leave a little bit of light so we don't get stuck in gloom. And dig into this to get the last bit of our dirt we need. It's going to be getting pretty dark here, but that's fine. Eventually we're going to come across a bit of coal, which will help. If you ever start seeing the gloom status, back up. Now we do have the interesting situation here of having to deal with dogs. So realize, make sure you know that they can go over 2 high gaps, or 2 high gaps. They can go through 1 high holes. So you want to keep that in mind if you're near a forest, like this. I don't know if that's what's letting my light in. Yeah, I'm in gloom. So we're fine. We're going to go ahead and... Actually, what we can do is make ourselves a grate and put that in the window there. So now we have a window. There we go. It does eat up a lot of wood early game, but hey, whatever it takes. So as you can see, because we haven't run around a lot, we're still just over half hunger. We're getting our cobble here. We're going to work on making a furnace as soon as we can. That way we can cook up some food and get a little bit more light in our base. The thing with cobble to remember is make sure you always have 3 extra to make another pick. Because if you go down below that... What am I doing? Wrong thing. If you go down below the 3 you need to remake your pick, you're going to hate yourself because you're going to be right back to making wooden pickaxes, and that is a pain. So basically, the more wood you get the first day, the more stone you're going to be able to dig up the first night. And Better Than Wolves is it's a thing you have to kind of learn that everything has its time and place. There's nighttime activities and daytime activities. And you shouldn't waste your daytime doing the nighttime activities if you don't have to. Interesting. And here we have a weird bit of lag there. And something got eaten. We're going to make our pick. And we are 1 stone away from being able to make our furnace. There we go. So here we are. We still have enough there. Oh, we already had enough. Whatever. We're going to put our furnace down. And you'll notice you're going to get a lot of sawdust and bark from all your cooking expeditions. Or your your wood chopping expeditions. That can be used to cook up your food. It's 8 pieces of bark or sawdust to 1 item of food. So definitely take advantage of that. Cook up the food you have, and it'll provide light for your base while it does so. And basically, we're going to spend our first night making stone. What we want to do is have a couple axes and several pickaxes before the night's over, so that come morning, we can go chop down more trees, maybe go on a little hunting expedition, etc., etc. We're just going to continue this process, you know, chop down trees to get a nice supply of wood, cut down cobble during the night when you can't go out and about, and eventually we're going to be ready to go caving. But there are some other things to keep in mind. We'll talk about early game food sources in another episode. We're going to talk about caving in another episode. For now, this is the basics, and those will be up fairly soon, because as I said, they're going to be recorded before I put this one out. So that is how you should probably be spending your first day and night in Minecraft. Now, with this series, there's always going to be other ways to do things. This is just what I've found works really well. This is how I do it. Feel free to, if you have other strategies, post them in the comments down below. I'd love to hear them. But yeah, I'm not saying this is the best. I'm just saying this is one way, and it is the way I do it. So it's the way I feel comfortable teaching. As you can see, we've got a nice supply of food here. You can burn sawdust and bark and other burnables. Even if there is nothing to cook, it will still provide light. A big goal is to get at least 1 piece of coal so we can make a torch for our base. And you want to kind of dig your base out in a way that it doesn't become too big that you can't light it up effectively. So like right now, our only light is this furnace, but eventually we'll find some coal to make some torches. But I want to keep it so that 1 or 2 torches will light up the majority of my base for now, because coal can be pretty scarce in the early game. So, yep, this is pretty much the first day. I'm running low on wood, so at this point, I'd probably be looking to make, we'd make about 2 more axes. That'd give us 3 to go with the next night. You can't make swords. You can't make stone or lower swords. You can't make stone or lower hose. There it is. Stone or lower hose. And you can't make wood axes or wood axes. So those are the restrictions on that. Obviously, axes cost 1 less cobble than they do in vanilla. But axes are going to be our primary weapon early game. I guess the other thing we should talk about when it comes to first day and night is this beautiful recipe. A dirt next to a dirt will make a dirt slab. And dirt slabs behave exactly how you'd expect them to. You can walk up them without having to jump. You can put them back on top of each other to get your dirt back. And if you come across a creeper explosion, or if you dig without a shovel, you're going to get some piles. Piles next to each other will create dirt slabs. So that's a great recipe to know. I probably should have told that one a little earlier, but hey. With our grate here, we can definitely see outside. And see when it's daytime. We've got our bark to last, and that should last us through most of the rest of the night. I might have to throw some of these shafts in there. We'll see. Well, we won't see. We're probably going to end this episode here. And we'll be talking about, in the next episode, we're going to be talking about food and armor in early game. And we might get into a little bit of caving and the various methods on how to go about trying to find your iron. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something. If you have any suggestions or comments, leave them down below. I love the feedback. And as always, have a great one and survive.